Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pro Football Talk with your host, Sean Grant. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me here on our very second, not first, but second podcast for Pro Football Talk. And our topic today, we've got a great one here coming to you on Sunday. And that great one is the NFC Title match between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. And so when we look at the last game these two guys played, or these two teams played rather, it was a complete shootout. It was offense on top of offense on top of offense, with Matt Ryan and the Falcons lasting the longest and coming out victorious. Now, so you look at that game, and the thing is, what I've seen, or what I've realized the pattern over watching the NFL is rarely will you see a team put up so many points twice on a professional defense. I mean, unless the defense is absolutely terrible, you won't see that as much. So what I'm looking for, and this goes against what people think is supposed to happen, is a defensive battle. And that's what I see becoming the key to winning the NFC Championship game this Sunday. Is the defenses have to come alive. You got to put it on. You've got to find a scheme that can take away each team's best player. Now, arguably, the Packers' best player is Aaron Rodgers, and for the Falcons is Matt Ryan or Julio Jones. I mean, they got a few guys you can kind of throw up there, but I think if you shut Matt Ryan down, Julio Jones can't get the ball. And then the same with Aaron Rodgers. If you hit him, if you put pressure on him, I think back to last year when the Broncos battled the Patriots, and Von Miller and the rest of the Broncos defense just completely obliterated Tom Brady, and they just hit him every single chance that they got. As a quarterback, you sit back there long enough and you start to feel that pressure. You don't even have to see it, but you start to feel it. You can get into some serious trouble. Like you start to rethink your decisions. You're not standing in the pocket as long as you normally would. You know, it affects every single thing that you do. So that is the key for both teams. Whoever's going to decide that they're going to come out victorious, your defense has to step up to the plate and deliver. You know, and these guys, both of them have a lot of talent on defense. One of the guys that stands out to me the most on Atlanta's defense is Deion Jones, and you know, not because just he's a New Orleans native and you know, an LSU prospect, but you know, you think about how a young guy comes in and picks up a defense as quick as he did, and is able to make an impact immediately. That says a lot about a guy's football IQ, a lot about a guy's football intelligence, because these NFL schemes are so intricate in detail that a lot of these guys don't have the brains. You know, as crazy as that sounds, a lot of guys don't have the brains to pick it up and to be able to use it and still move at the speed that the game does. So when you can think a young guy and a guy who you know, was a second-round draft pick, can just come in and literally have a Pro Bowl type season, it's pretty amazing. So that's basically what I'm looking for as we go into this game, to see, okay, who's going to come up with the greatest scheme? Who's going to throw in that X factor, that outlier that is going to surprise the multi-millions of people watching this game? Who's going to throw that in and basically find out how to stop the other guy's machine gun? And what I mean by that is, you go back to that first game once again and you see that these guys, it was a shootout. I mean, it was just like defense was non-existent. But once again, like I'm taking you within the game, when you get a chance to go back and you see film and you really break it down and you start to see certain tendencies, that rarely happens. I would be shocked, and you can come back and tell me you were wrong, but I would be shocked if it's another game like it was, unless everybody's just suffering from nerves because all they can think about is the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. But I don't see that happening with these two teams, especially after watching them in their past playoff games. And so I just feel like get ready for defense, get ready for physical, in-your-face, knock-'em-out football, and you got to believe. And hey, if I was a defensive coordinator, if I was Dom Capers or Dan Quinn or whoever it is, you got to believe I'm doing everything possible to go after the quarterback, because I know that the quarterback for both teams is the catalyst to get this thing going. You let Matt Ryan get going at home, and it can be a long day. I've watched it all season long. It can be a long day for the opposing squad. Same with Aaron Rodgers. You know, these guys, they get into these rhythms, and they step into the zone, and it's just like they never come out of it, and they're just basically picking teams apart. And the only thing that can stop this guy, contain him, could stop him from just exploding, is you got to hit him. You got to get pressure on the quarterback. You got to make sure that he's contained. You got to make sure that he's not running around, because no NFL defense can cover any receiver, for that matter, for longer than 4 or 5 seconds. You're asking a whole lot. So, you know, having Vic Beasley on that end and you know, those linebackers, you know, Atlanta has that athletic defense. Same with Green Bay. It's like, you know, put that pressure on them. Put that pressure. Make sure that you're getting everything you need to, you know, it may be hard on your corners and on your defensive backs, but if you can hit the quarterback and you can hit him constantly, it doesn't even have to be sacks, right? We just want pressures. We want hurries. We want knockdowns to let him know that we're breathing down his neck. If you can do that, like I said, not even Tom Brady was able to withstand the pressure the Broncos were giving him a year ago and come out victorious, and I guarantee that will be the exact same thing. And so when you figure that out, the team that figures that out, that is the team that's going to be victorious, and that will be the team that will win the NFC title. In addition, of course, now defenses wear down after a certain time throughout the game, and something has to open up. So Julio's going to get his plays. Aaron Rodgers is definitely going to get his plays in. You know, Devontae Adams is coming alive. Geronimo Allison has contributed. I know Randall Cobb is getting healthier. And let's not overlook the other guys Atlanta has that are coming into play and just doing a phenomenal job, from, you know, Aldrick Robinson at receiver, Mohamed Sanu, Devontae Freeman, Kevin Coleman, the running backs. You know, and that offensive line for Atlanta, that's probably one of the most underrated lines that I've seen all year long. You know, it seemed like the entire talk was just about the Cowboys line. But when you look at the Atlanta Falcons offensive line and what they've done to protect Matt Ryan hadn't missed a game all year long. And in order for you to be able to do that, you've got to have great protection. And he's thrown for so many yards and so many touchdowns. Once again, he's got to have the time to see his progressions. If he doesn't have that time, you know, one, he's not going to make as good of decisions, or two, he's going to be in a place to where he can't read defenses properly to deliver the ball to the proper area. So you got to tip your hats off to these guys for not only protecting him, but opening up those holes for those dynamic running backs. And I tell you, if Atlanta can get that running game going along with the defense, okay, and basically keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline, that's another way to beat him. You keep him off the field, then you'll see them do some really great things. So there's so much that's going into this game that I'm super excited about and super excited to observe and check out, as well as I'm sure you are too. It's exciting. It's football in January. There's a lot at stake with the Super Bowl. You know, guys become legends at this time, and you see their very best games like come alive, or it turns out to be the opposite. You know, who is going to be that star? Who's going to come alive in January and help their team to rise to the occasion? So it'll definitely be exciting to see. I'm expecting a lot from both of these squads. But as we know, at the end of the day, only one team can win. Only one team can come out victorious, and only one team can truly survive this heavyweight match that we got going. Like it's getting me excited just thinking about how good a football we've had in the last couple of weeks, but more importantly, how great a football we're going to have this weekend and watching these guys go toe-to-toe. So, with that being said, I think I touched on everything I wanted to touch on. Tune in, guys. You know what? Also, if you have any questions, any comments, you think I missed something, or you feel like, there's something else to throw in to the mix, feel free to let me know. That's what I'm here for. We're here to basically interact about this. And I think the great thing about this sport in general is always being able to let other people chime in and give their 2 cents and what just kind of allow people to observe the angle they're seeing things from, because we all can see it differently. We all come from different football backgrounds, but, what can another guy bring to the table? What can another guy offer to the entire situation that helps everybody go, oh, okay, I see it. That makes sense now. So this is fun for me. This is exciting, and you are more than welcome to basically share your thoughts, share your comments, share your perspectives, and, root for your team, whoever it may be. Other than that, thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful Thursday, guys. Wonderful Thursday morning. I will talk to you soon here again on Pro Football Talk. Once again, thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.